Looks like it's going to be a pretty soggy night here at TIAA Bank Field. Rain showers, maybe an occasional. Looks like it's going to be a pretty soggy night here at TIAA Bank Field. Rain showers, maybe an occasional clap of thunder supposed to continue throughout here in Jacksonville. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready? 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie.
Check 41.
Blue draw Corkers. Right on.
And connecting here with DJ Shark. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple.
Check. Now.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
That'll bring up fourth. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Watch out for Hill on the return. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Defense, keep it up, guys.
Hey, alert, alert. Hot seven, hot seven. Hey, 59.
Check 43. 36, 36. You go tight. You got
Hey, 55.
You got tight right there.
Line him up.
Here's Watson. Flushed out right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Peek in, peek in.
54. Alert.
198. Watch 164. Wait. I got one. Check 13. Check 13.
Line him up.
They'll run for the first time with Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll let this go for the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. DK Metcalf. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
We go 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Okay, break.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
Got it.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
It's a gain of 18. Move those chains.
Set 50, plant.
For a Jacksonville
Record.
first and 10.
Fournette, a first down carry. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And oh, look at that, a diving catch. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end.
No, off. Alert 3, alert 3.
Now a first down throw. Watson flush to his right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DK Metcalf with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Texans have taken the lead. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good.
Texans 14, Jaguars 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Check out 3. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3. Check.
2nd and 6.
Check 30. Check 31.
Open is Swaim, the tight end. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Now, the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
On 3rd down, Fournette. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
70,
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
41 Mike, right here. 41 Mike.
They'll try and throw for it here. Now this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Texans take over an excellent field position.
Result of the play is a turnover.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
All day, every day, any day. Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic.
Rabbit.
98. Watch 98.
54. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares. 55. 7. Check 37.
Out of the gun, Watson. Dancing to his left.
He's crashing.
Gets this one to Hill. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
59. Shift.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Watch the shift, watch the shift. Hey, watch the shift, watch the shift.
Watson on first down. This one into the hands of Metcalf. 14 yards that time for number 14. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. Back to throw, Watson. Forced out to his left. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Down.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he goes across the 20 to the 22.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Here we go. Set. 60 yards.
Hey, defense, let's go.
Hey, orbit. Now.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
After one, 17-7 is our score.
Ready. 18 Raiders. Smooth.
Set the tone, defense, let's go.
Watch the safety creep. 49, check 49, check 49.
Watch the edge.
Hey, wahoo. Get it.
On play action, they'll throw. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40. He'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it's 2nd down. He really tried to thread that down the seam.
Yeah, he tried to rip that one, didn't he? But a throw with that velocity, necessary when you're trying to hit a quick hitter like that one. Timing execution has to be perfect. Unfortunately for him, that one fell to the ground.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
80 weapon.
Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Hey, exit.
They'll look to throw here. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Sacked by the outside backer, Telvin Smith.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Check 3. Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare. 54. Hey, 54. Wahoo.
Watson just beating the play clock. Escaping the pressure right. They complete it to Hill. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 92 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Third and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. Third and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
On the ground, this is Hill. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His fourth touchdown on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly. The offensive line, right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we scored touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Ready up.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Leo.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Antoine Woods drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield.
At their own 47-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Check. Motion to backfield. 59. Check 43. 36. 30 points down. He's coming. Down and go.
Throwing again is Watson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Definitely worth taking in our deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play.
Check 99. Check hot route. Hot. Hey, alert. Tight dog. Check. Fresno. Banjo. 198. Round and go.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that is incomplete. I don't know, he had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
On the mental focus of the whole
that's
thing.
true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
He's going to air one out. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. After the interception, here's Watson. Flushed out right. It's Hill, complete. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Watch the screen.
Check 9, check 9. Seam 6, seam 6. Let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. They'll toss it to Fournette. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on 2nd and long, but now you still have to deal with 3rd and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his tight end, Oliver. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Squeeze. Go.
Now Leonard Fournette trucks through him.
Oh, man, right through him.
And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And that will be incomplete. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on fourth down.
Under crunch. Under crunch. Protein spill.
Hey, 4-1's Mike. 4-1's Mike.
Spike.
They're going to try and throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Hatchet. Hatchet. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
On first down, Watson being chased out left. Open man is Hill. He's got it. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Chef. Motion.
Check 59.
No. Off.
Alert 3.
24.
On first down, it's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Going for Metcalf on the... And this is taken in at the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DK Metcalf in the final seconds of the first half as his guys continue to pour it on. Deshaun Watson, he's a lot of fun to watch in the pocket, but when he's forced out of the pocket like that, he can make those big plays downfield.
Almost a bad thing when you're pass rushing and you force a Deshaun Watson out of the pocket. He creates extra time. He has the poise to keep his eyes downfield and locate receivers, and it turns into a little bit of a scramble drill for the defensive backs. Where is everyone? And Deshaun Watson finds his target for a big play.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. First down, and it's Hill again. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. There to bring him down, Avery Jones.
At the Jaguars' 43-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's get it. 55. Check 3.
26. 59. Ball trot. Check.
Check 31. Check 31. Check 52. Check 30.
59.
37. Check, check.
From the gun, here's Watson. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic.
Watch the slants. Watch the slants.
Crashing. He's checking crash.
To throw on 3rd down. Watson escaping the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Brings up 4th down.
Here's Brian Anger now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
The Jaguars
Let's
take
go,
over
baby.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20.
2nd and 10. He goes full extension, and he's got it. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You circle
the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. It's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
Here we go.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. That's Ziggy Ansah, the number 5 pick in 2013, credited with a sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Back to throw here. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 25. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good.
Texans 51, Jaguars 7.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the Texans' 14-yard line.
Hey, Alpha! 5.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Ezekiel Ansah able to record his 5th sack of the season. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Check 24, check 24.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off inside the 10. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result could be something you don't like.
They run it again with Hill. And an alley to run. Accelerating, and off he goes. 20, 10, and he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there. 85 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. Able to fight through one tackle. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll set up a throw. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it. Now the ball comes loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
J.J. Watt racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Back now in Jacksonville. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here's Hill on the return. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. He's got Fuller. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Whitney merciless, charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Hey, orbit. Ready.
They'll drop to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. J.J. Watt racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. That one complete. He finds Shark. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves him well short for 4th down. They'll look to throw. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's 59. Switch. Out. Watch twist. Hey, 9, go.
On 1st and 10, Watson eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football.
Watch 98.
On 2nd and 10, Watson flush to his right. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. DK Metcalf, 48 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Let's go.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
2nd and 1. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
218, chopper. Yo, go.
Check the outs, check the outs, check the outs. Mike 20. Hey, pick your game up. Check.
Greystone, travel.
Check.
Hey, check 20.
Fournette bulldozes past him. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. He'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Justin Reed. And this will be a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive, and they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Kill.
Bang, 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 bang. 6-6, bullet high. Let's go.
Back to throw. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Fournette running right.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 38, and he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that but you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll go with Hill here on first down. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and it's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Watch the pass. Check.
They'll set up to throw. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20.
Watch run.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Ready? 60 or rock it.
We want it.
Now.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Texans, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.